Yeah, but how's the name of the little I forgot. Oops. Anyway,
La pace sia con tutti voi. Fratelli, sorelle carissimi, questo è il primo saluto del Cristo risorto, il buon pastore che ha dato la vita per il gregge di Dio. Anch'io vorrei che questo saluto di pace entrasse nel vostro cuore, raggiungesse le vostre famiglie, a tutte le persone, ovunque siano, a tutti i popoli, a tutta la terra. La pace sia con voi.
Yeah, I'm watching it on my computer, and he's talking Italian.
Questa è la pace di Cristo risorto, una pace disarmata e una pace disarmante, umile e perseverante. Proviene da Dio, Dio che ci ama a tutti incondizionalmente. Ancora conserviamo nei nostri orecchi quella voce debole ma sempre coraggiosa di Papa Francesco che benediva a Roma.
I'm aware of that. Okay.
Il Papa che benediva Roma dava la sua benedizione al mondo intero quella mattina del giorno di Pasqua.
Archangel Michael
Consentitemi di dar seguito a quella stessa benedizione. Dio ci vuole bene, Dio vi ama a tutti e il male non prevarrà. Siamo tutti nelle mani di Dio. Pertanto, senza paura, uniti, mano nella mano con Dio e tra di noi, andiamo avanti.
Archangel Michael is talking to me. He's teaching me. And Archangel Michael is saying, people like the Pope,
l'umanità
Vatican,
necessita di lui come il ponte per essere raggiunta da Dio e dal suo amore.
Supposed to be for the people. So why do they have all the protection? Why all the glamour? Why all the
Grazie a Papa Francesco.
Why all that? Because love doesn't, to have love you don't need all that. And that's what Archangel Michael told me.
Voglio ringraziare anche tutti
i
confratelli cardinali che hanno scelto me
he came in
per essere
walking on a
successore
donkey.
di Pietro.
He didn't have
Di camminare insieme
bodyguards.
a voi
He didn't have
come Chiesa unita,
none of that.
cercando
He came
sempre
in.
la pace, la
He
giustizia,
picked 12 people,
cercando sempre
12
lavorare
men,
come uomini
and
e
even more
donne
came
fedeli a Gesù
and
Cristo,
more.
senza paura,
Because
per proclamare
that's the
il
difference
Vangelo,
between
per essere
Jesus Christ
missionari.
and like the Vatican. I'm not trying to knock down the Catholic religion. I was raised Catholic myself, but I've become a warrior of light. And I've been able to, or I was taught things that come straight directly from an Archangel Michael. Not only Archangel Michael, but Angel Metatron, Mother Mary, Jesus, also known as Master Samanda, He's a master. That's who Jesus is. Um, there's so many of them.
Alla Chiesa
There's so many.
di
I
Roma
mean, I can go
un
on.
saluto
I'll
speciale.
give you a few. Lord Buddha, um, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Gabriel,
Dobbiamo
Archangel,
cercare insieme come
uh,
essere una
Archangel
chiesa
Faith,
missionaria,
Archangel
una
um,
chiesa che costruisce i
Saint Germain.
ponti,
Well,
il
no, wait.
dialogo,
At Saint
sempre
Germain,
aperta a
if you guys don't know
ricevere,
who Saint
come questa
Germain was,
piazza con le braccia aperte, a
he
tutti,
was, there was
tutti
Mother,
coloro che hanno bisogno
there was
della nostra carità, la
Mary and
nostra
Joseph.
presenza, il dialogo, l'amore.
Saint Germain was Joseph. He
Y se
used
me
to walk
permiten también una
just like Jesus
palabra, un
did, and
saludo.
just like Mother Mary did. That's who Saint Germain is. And
A todos
you know,
aquellos,
it's neat
y
that they
modo
have,
particular
you know,
a mi querida diócesis de
that they're
Chiclayo y
organized. They have
Pirro,
it all, um, you know, all
donde
in
un pueblo fiel
kind of like in
ha
order.
acompañado a su obispo,
But
ha compartido su fe
when it
y
comes
ha
to
dado tanto, tanto para
the spiritual
seguir
world, and
siendo
like I said, I'm
iglesia
Dodi,
fiel de
I'm a
Jesucristo.
warrior of light
A
for
tutti
Archangel
voi,
Michael.
fratelli e sorelle
When it comes to
di Roma, d'Italia, di tutto il mondo, vogliamo
hierarchies,
essere una chiesa sinodale, una
there is
chiesa
none.
che cammina, una
There is
chiesa
none.
che cerca sempre la pace,
Archangel Michael
cerca
is
sempre la carità,
a,
cerca sempre di
he's
essere
a
vicino
offshoot
specialmente a
of
coloro che
the
soffrono.
Creator, you know, the divine. That's who Archangel Michael is, and all
Oggi,
the other archangels.
il
Archangel
giorno della
Metatron,
supplica alla
he
Madonna di
was
Pompei, nostra madre
and they took
Maria
him
vuole
out of the
sempre
Bible
camminare con noi,
because
stare
he's
vicini,
Enoch.
aiutarci
When
con
he
la
was
sua
walking on earth,
intercessione e il
he
suo
was
amore.
Enoch, and he
Allora
became an
vorrei
archangel.
pregare insieme a
So even
voi.
Archangel Michael told me,
Preghiamo
if you
insieme
think you can't become
per
an
questa nuova
archangel,
missione,
look at
però per
Archangel
tutta la Chiesa, per la
Metatron.
pace nel mondo. E
See,
chiediamo
so it
questa
could be
grazia
done.
speciale di Maria,
Anything's possible.
nostra madre.
And Archangel
Ave
Metatron proved
Maria,
it.
piena di
Again, he
grazia,
was
il Signore è con te.
Enoch,
Tu sei benedetta
and they
fra
took
le donne,
Enoch out of the
e
Bible
benedetto è il
like
frutto di
500
tuo
years ago
seno
or
Gesù.
something, out of the Holy Bible.
Santa Maria, Madre di
Um,
Dio, prega per noi peccatori,
You know, this
adesso e
is
nell'ora della nostra
about the
morte.
Catholic religion,
Amen.
and I am not knocking by any means any religion. Not, you know, any type of religion. You know, there's like, no, I don't do that. What I do is I spread unconditional love, and I try to teach people, no matter what happens, we need to, you know,
Il Santo Padre Leone,
how can I
a
put it?
tutti i fedeli presenti e a quelli che ricevono la sua
Okay, let me put it
benedizione
this way.
a mezzo della radio, della televisione
Jesus
e delle altre
Christ, he got
tecnologie
mad
di
one time,
comunicazione,
and he
concede
started turning over
l'indulgenza
tables
plenaria nella
because he was
forma
mad with
stabilita
what they
dalla
were doing
Chiesa.
to the temple.
Preghiamo Dio Onnipotente perché
And
conservi a
that
lungo il
proves
Papa a
that
guida
Jesus
della
was
Chiesa
not,
e conceda pace e
he
unità
was
alla
not perfect,
Chiesa
he was a man,
in tutto
just
il
like
mondo.
we all are. We're human beings. That's what he was. So, you know, he even proved that he can make mistakes. But what Jesus Christ did, he ended up going on and spreading unconditional
Sancti
love
Apostoli,
because he
Petrus et
saw,
Paulus,
and this is what
Decorum potestates
Jesus Christ has
auctoritate
taught me
confidimus,
also,
ipsi intercedat pro nobis
unconditional love.
ad
He
Dominum.
taught me about
Amen. Precibus et
consciences.
meritis Beate Mariae semper Virginis,
Everything,
Beati
everything
Michaelis
in this
Arcangeli,
reality
Beati
we
Ioannis
live in,
Baptiste,
has a conscience. You might not think it does. Even a rock, a stone, has a conscience. Um, Stone and rock is low, but at the same time, like a stone or a rock, they're part of this planet. It's and this planet is alive. We don't live on a dead planet. We live on this planet moves and breathes and turns and yeah. But see, um, religion was made by man. It wasn't made by God. That might be news for you guys, but it's not. And there's so many religions with their own different way of looking of how the divine is. Take the Muslims, take the Jews, take the Catholics, the Christians, and then they break off into more. There's like, you know, the Baptist, the Protestant, the Lutheran, so it just goes on. But man is the one, the human, they're the ones that start, dividing it. But it's all the same God. We all live, and there's no punishment. People think that, you know, uh, God is going to punish us if we do wrong. Mm-mm, mm-mm. We punish ourselves because we reap what we sow. And let's say if I were to be a really bad person and I killed people and hurt people and stole and, really mean, and I was never punished for that. Right? And then I died of old age or something. For the next life, you know what? I'm going to pay for all that I did in the past lives. And this is one of the videos that I have that I recommend you guys watch. It's called The Deep. It's on my page. Look it up. It's called Deep. It's about going back and asking forgiveness for the people that we have hurt. Hi, Al. Hi, Eddie. Hi, Cards. How are you doing? Let me read these. Last stream, did I hear you had $8,000 blowout tires? Is it true it was tires or something else? No, it wasn't the tire. It was the bearings. And it was $7,000. Yeah, well, with the hotel costs and everything, it's going up to $8,000. Anyway, hi Barry, my application to become immutable was rejected. It's because you were up the wrong coconut tree. That's why. But anyway, yeah, see, that's what this is. And, well, apparently, this world has a new pope. And that's in the Vatican. All the people there. A lot of people, huh? Yeah. Place is jam-packed. But anyway, this brings me to talking about what I am. I'm a warrior of light, and I only spread positive energy. If I start like insulting hatefully and putting guys down, well, that's gonna just lower my vibration. Okay, when I say that, let me put it this way. First of all, we're all human beings. Even the animals have a light in their heart. We all have lights in our hearts. Okay, when I say conscience, and this is what Jesus Christ was, he learned out in the desert. He didn't even know he had stayed out that long. To be honest with you, he didn't plan to go 40 days. He just went out. And if you listen to the 9 letters of Christ, that tells you so much that has changed in the past 2,000 years. Because Jesus Christ is here right now. He is. He's here. All you got to do is pray to him. Call his name. You don't need no ritual. You don't need to say 5 Hail Marys and no. That's man's law. That's like the Catholic law. Okay? And God bless them. These guys are awesome. And it's a cool religion. But that's what Jesus said. He said, the Catholic religion is made by man. It wasn't made by God. And Jesus is not God. He says, a lot of people think I'm God. He says, I'm not. He says, I'm Son of Man. He even said, I'm Son of Man, not Son of God. But anyway, yeah, check that out, 9 Letters of Christ. Okay. That would be my second recommendation. My first recommendation is pray. Pray to Mother Mary, Archangel Michael. Okay, here's another thing that I want to mention. Here's another thing that I want to mention. See, if we were to pray to a saint, okay? Say, I'm pretty sure Mother Teresa's a saint right now. I'm pretty sure she's in sainthood. I don't know what the popes go through. I don't know if they become saints or not. But say you pray to a saint. That's your favorite saint. Saint Peter, Saint Anthony, Saint Jude. Okay. You love those saints. And the saint will protect you. And here's the difference between praying to a saint and praying to an archangel or a master ascender. That's what Jesus does. He's a master ascender. There's 2 different reasons. A master ascender and a, archangel. If you pray to them, you're going to get protection that is as big as this universe or more. Yeah, you're going to get protection. They will be with you no matter where you go. If you pray to a saint, the saint is just going to protect you where you walk. Okay? That's as far as it's going to go. That's as far as the saint is going to go. It's going to protect you, right? That's because the saint is limited. An archangel and a master ascender are not. They have the universe. A saint only has just this you know, compared to the universe, it's just this much, just like me. You know, I'm just a micro spot in the universe, just like you are. But we have a light. We have a light in our heart, and that's what glows. That's how we are seen. We're not seen as to whether we're male or female. We're not seen whether we're tall or whether we're short or obese or whether we're old or young. Uh, we're not seen of what race we are or what country we live in. We're seen of how bright our heart is. That's what it is. That's what it is. Light up your light. Light up your heart. Spread love. And the more you keep spreading love to everybody, that's what makes your heart glow. That's what will attract the angels and make them stay with you all the time. Otherwise, if you're going to be watching satanic movies and cussing and drinking lowers your vibration. It lowers your frequency. Smoking lowers, cussing lowers your frequency. It's kind of like on a radio dial. You know, you're trying to get airwaves. You can't see them; they're invisible. But you're trying to, turn the knobs to see you can get better reception. Well, you want the best you can possibly get. That's how it is with us. Again, like religions, they have hierarchies. Out there in the universe, they don't. And you might say, well, you just said saints don't have a lot, but archangels and master centers do. Yes, it's because, I can become an archangel. It's because the archangels come from the Creator, from God Almighty, right? And God is not a man or a woman. It's a creator. It's a divine. A lot of people say God is a man, that's what they have us believing. And look, see all the people. And I think, I'll tell you something about this also. The positive energy that these people bring, that's agora. Because, okay, let me put it in a language you guys would understand. Okay, see, that's a positive agora right there. When one person prays, sure, one person prays, it's strong. When I pray, it's strong. I get the vibrations, literally, my hands, they tingle. Sometimes the vibration goes all through my chest. Sometimes in my head, I can feel the pulse in my head. Just, I can feel the tingles in my feet. When you go out and hold yourself to the planet, you get better. You get grounded more. But you get people that get together and they pray. Like say, for a sporting event, or in this case, all these people, it's all positive, good cheer, right? So that is very, 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 and everybody's happy. There's no fight, there's no arguing, there's no insults, there's no criticism. Everybody's happy. Sure, they got their flags out, and everybody's happy to be from where their country is. Like, okay, there's nothing wrong with that. That's an Bulgaria. It's called a Bulgaria. And when you do that, like, okay, like I told you, so that you can understand, if you guys ever been to a concert, like a rock concert, see, you guys, even the band, sometimes they'll say, you feel the power, right? There's a feel of energy. There's, like the crowd will be cheering and like, wow, and you feel it because and you come out of that concert and you're like, wow, that was an awesome concert. You stay talking about it, and sometimes, like, you remember it, and like some of the concerts that I went to, Styx, the Cars, um, Santana, ZZ Top, those concerts, see, they had energy. That's what this is. This is energy. That's called an agora. Agoria. I'm sorry. Our new pope is American. First time ever this happened. I know. I know. I was watching the Pat McAfee show. First time I've ever seen it. I don't watch TV, so I'm figuring like regular channel. And he said, there's a new pope. I thought, oh really? So that's when I got on. And he said, yeah, he's from, they were joking around that he's from Chicago. They're wondering, who is he, Michael Jordan? Like Pat McAfee, that's what he was talking about. I was cracking up with that. I don't know if you guys know who Pat McAfee is. He's like a sports talker, and he's pretty cool. I like him. But, yeah, we got a new pope. I don't know where exactly he's from. Somewhere in the United States. They said but then I'm listening to Pat McAfee. He said he was from Chicago. Yeah, the Bulls. Maybe he's a Bulls fan, But anyway, that's a little bit about, like I told you about, where I come from. And that's being a warrior of light. I don't come from I've learned to respect all religions, but I'm not claiming myself to be a Christian, Catholic, Buddhist, a Muslim. I'm not, any religion out there is a good religion, but there's a lot of religions out there that have gotten to be corrupt inside. There's some corrupt people inside the hierarchies of the religion. And again, there's like thousands of people that are right now celebrating. And you know what? There's some people that don't like this. So, because, it's not their religion. So, like, explain that, right? They think it's like a competition, the Muslims are better, or, the Christians are better. Like, no, it's not. It's nothing like that. And, I'm not a Catholic because I have to go and do this and I have to go and do that. Like, that's all baloney, It's all about the love you have in your own heart. And this is where I'm saying, light up your heart. The things we do, say we're drinking a lot, well, you know what? That's lowering our frequency, and that's not letting the angels come in to do what, you know, they're assigned to do. When we're born, every person, every single one of those people, every person in the world has two angels assigned to them. They're they call they're called the guardian angels. They're called, they've made it out to be a devil and a demon. It's there's no demon there. Okay, it's two angels. Two. They're not hell's angels. They're two, you know, white beautiful angels. And there's one right on the shoulder of, right behind your right shoulder, and one right behind your left shoulder. It, I would advise to try to find out the name of your angels, because they see, they watch every single thing you do. You think you're alone? You're not. You think you're out there, whether you're, say, masturbating, and you think you're alone. Well, you know what? Those angels are watching you. But you know what? They don't judge. They don't judge at all. They see when you're mad. They see when you're hurt. They see when you're crying. They see when you're sleeping. And this is one of the things when you sleep, okay? Because we go into a different state of being. Our alertness is, it's put to rest. We have our eyes closed. And that's why we get dreams. And sometimes we get nightmares. Sometimes we get, really good, vivid dreams. Sometimes we get dreams of people that have passed away and stuff. You know what? The dreams are, it's like a piece of a puzzle of past lives that you've lived. And yeah, write them down. Get a paper. As soon as you wake up, first thing you do is start writing down what you dreamt of. And you're going to find out that you were here before. You remember that. And this is why, I'm just saying, like, I had a friend of mine, he says, this is why, I like Switzerland so much. I just love that place. I've never been there, but I have this really warm feeling. Well, he lived in Switzerland in a past life. And who knows what he did in Switzerland, but that's for him to find out. We each have our own, we're each on our own path. And some people say that, well, I'm married and I've been with this spouse for 25 years and my kids, they're part of me and I'm part of them and I would die for them and everything. That's all said and good. But you know what? When you die, your kids don't die. You die. But really, you don't die. Because death is just a metamorphosis. It's a transition. And you're just going into a different state of being. And so you're going from a human being and you'll transition to possibly another human being in a different place, in a different time, in a different body, with a different family, with a different situation, whether, you're going to be rich, whether you're going to be poor. I mean, there's so many things, but you go through. But when you sleep, you're in a different state of being also, but you're in the same body. And the angels are there to like I said, we have two angels. They're there to take care of us. And they will always be there until we pass away. Then they are relieved to, they've done their duty. And sometimes we have different angels. Sometimes we have angels of, believe it or not, we have angels of abundance. We have angels of marriage. We have angels of grief. We have angels of you know work. We have angels, and sometimes we have angels, extra angels, if we're in danger. Like, okay, me right now. If I were not to become a warrior of light, if I were to say, Archangel Michael, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm out of here. Leave me alone. Well, sure, that would be my request, and he would leave me alone. But I will not do that. But that would put me in a situation where, kind of like a cop going to prison, because, you know, a lot of those prison inmates, they did bad things, and the cop put them in there. Now, you know, they're going to come after that cop. That's how it would be for me. Except these aren't cops that would come after me. These are evil spirits that would come after me. See, so once you become, this is in my own opinion, once you decide to become a warrior of light, my opinion is you're a warrior of light until you pass away. And you don't want to mess around with the evil spirits, because they're the dark ones, and they will come after you like in a hurry, and they will make you suffer. And but there's, at the same time, being a warrior of light, there's nothing for me to fear. I could face them. I could face, what we call Satan. I could face Satan himself right now. Not to mention, I tell you guys, I got this message, or I get messages from angels all the time, every day. It's up to me whether I want to keep them coming, or whether, I want to just not listen to them and take a break, which I have. There's been days like, okay, I just didn't listen to them, just like, okay, enough. I need to, you know, just get my brain together here. But see, the thing is, I can do that. And if I were to do that and just keep on, I just keep learning and learning and learning more about what it's like, and how life works, how our souls, because we don't die, we are immortal. And people say, oh yeah, once you die, you're dead, no, we're not dead. Our soul is not dead. We are immortals. And we'll just keep on living. We'll be living in each one of us when we pass away. That's why I don't really like to use the word die. But when we pass away, we go into a different body, in a different place, in a different time, in a different world, and it's ours to choose. But right now, you would wonder, well, why is there killing? Why is there wars? I'll explain this to you. The reason why the world is like it is right now, and there's other worlds that we don't have this freedom of, like, being a human being, where we have um, free will. Even if you live in a communist country, like China or Iran, I guess, or North Korea, those are communist countries, where they don't let you say this or say that. It's a free world because they're on planet Earth. It's the government man's law that keeps you down. But the universal law, we can pray. We can pray silently to ourselves. And we don't have to tell anybody. There's worlds that we don't. There's worlds that you cannot do that. There's worlds that will not, because they have uh, telepathic uh, communication. We have telepathic communication, but in the last thousands of years, thousands and more than just 2,000 since Jesus, but we have been um, prisoners to this world, and they tried cutting us off from the divine, the dark ones did. And see, that's why you get the Cabal, the Illuminati, the reptilians, the draconians, um, and that's one reason why you should stop saying amen after you pray, because you're still giving homage to the one who started all this. And his name was Amun Ra. He claimed to be a god. This was, millions of years ago. And he claimed to be um, God, and he had total control over the people, over this world. And his name was Amun Ra. So he said, well, the people, you need to pray. And he was jealous God. And some of these things are in the Bible. They're just subliminal. You really got to know what you read the Bible, you really got to know what you're reading. But some of these things are still in the Bible. And, thou shalt not pray to false gods. Well, that was Amun Ra saying that. That wasn't the divine. That, that wasn't, Mother and Father God. That was Amun Ra. Because then he said, after every prayer, you have to say amen. And that has stuck. And people, they are so brainwashed that they still say that. They still say, after our Father or whatever prayer they say, they'll say amen. Don't do that. Say, and so it is. That's the proper way to say it. And so it is. That's like, we've gotten to say this little saying, it is what it is, right? And so it is. And so it is. That's what it is, right? Don't, if you say a prayer, say a prayer for your food, bless on your food. Thank you, Mother and Father God, for the food I have. I thank the animals for their sacrifice. I thank the people who have helped put this food together for me so I can be healthy. And, and I don't say amen. I say, and so it is, because that's how it is. But anyway, what'd you say, Barry? Pope Leo Paul's from Chicago. That's his name, Leo? Okay. Would have been more interesting if he won from New I'm sorry, I'm shaking. The my hands are I'm, I don't know. I'm sorry I'm shaking so. I gotta tell you though. Okay, I'll tell you how you know your angels are with you. And sometimes they're funny. Sometimes because they're very clever. They are the angels. You can't fool them. You can't pull a fast one on an angel. The angels that we have, each one of them, we have one on the left and one on the right behind us. And no, it is not a little devil angel and a little, saint angel. No, they're both two little good angels. Um, but like I said, we get angels sometimes, you know, of, you know, of grief, of happiness. We get angels of marriage, and just special angels. Sometimes they come in and they take care of stuff like that. But of newborns and stuff. Okay, but these angels, they're funny. They are funny. I'm in. Okay, I'm going down. Well, let me see. There's been a bunch of instances. I'm going down. Okay, just recently, you guys saw that I got off for a while. You didn't see me around. And, I just got off the internet completely. Not the internet, but wasn't doing any lives or videos or nothing. In fact, I did turn off my phone. I was driving without music, without any sort of noise. And I did it. Um, it's called the 14 Days of Darkness. It's when you turn off your, what do you call it? Your TV, your computer, your phone, all the communication, all your gadgets, you turn them off, including your watch. You just turn everything off, right? You don't watch the time, you don't watch TV, but and you go to work and you're still able to get there on time because that's learning how to use um, doing it naturally without any sort of man's creation. Man created the watch, okay? God didn't create the watch, and Jesus didn't create the watch. So it's called 12 days, 14 days of darkness. That's hard to do. I tried, and I got up to 7 days. The seventh day, the fifth day, I kind of carded. Well, I had to make some phone calls. Obviously, I use a phone for my job, and they call me, and sometimes I need to find the address and stuff. Okay, but that doesn't count. Okay, because it's part of my job. But I wasn't communicating with anybody, and I wasn't doing no music, no nothing. It was just plain Jane me, boring, boring, boring. Well, um, I got up to the fifth day, and you know, um, it started to wear on you because you start to feel lonely. You start to feel like you're all by yourself, but you're not because you got the angels with you, and you're praying and stuff like that. Okay, well, this is what happened. I'm going down the road, and you know what I saw a sign say? A sign on the billboard that passed on the highway. It says, "You don't have to be alone." That's what the sign says. Who put that sign there? Like, because I was being, I was making myself be alone. So I thought, that's right. I don't have to be alone to do this. I could do this with my friends. Except, okay, the next day, the sixth day, I got on and I looked on YouTube because my friends are on YouTube, Barry. Emerson, you're one of them. I looked to see if, you know, any of my messages or anything like that, any of my friends, and I didn't see anything. And but left me curious. So the seventh day, here I am looking, and I find a little bit of things going on with my friends. So before you know it, I'm back on my phone. I'm messing around on my phone. I thought, okay, I blew it. I didn't make the 14 days. But that's hard. It's something that it's a test that I recommend. Believe it or not, a commander from a different planet, from a starship, um, recommended I do that. His name is Ashtar. Um, he's a commander from a different starship, and he told me, you know, go ahead and do that. So I finally, the seventh day, I thought, you know what, I couldn't make it. I'll have to do it another time. But that's called the 14 days of darkness. 2 weeks of no phone, no TV, no songs, no. But it doesn't mean you gotta be. You can still talk to your family. You can still talk to your friends. But if they're gonna watch TV, you walk out the room. You might see a TV on. Might see, you know, walk into some sort of restaurant. They got the TV up. Don't look at it. Just ignore it and do your own thing. And if it's making you, the sound is making you listen to it, then you leave because you got to do that. uh, 14 days of darkness. And by the way, being that we're talking 14 days, here's a little tip, okay? And I was told to share my knowledge, and this is one of the things I want to share with you guys. Let's say you're feeling sick. Let's say, whether, you got a broken leg or you got a cold or, you're, you're getting, headaches or whatever like that. You pray to Archangel Raphael 14 days in a row. And you pray from your heart. Don't pray just to pray. Don't say the Our Fathers. No, you pray to Archangel Raphael. He's the healing. And that's basically his mission is to heal. And it's green. You'll start seeing the color green a lot. You'll notice the green forest. You'll notice when the water is, an emerald green. You'll notice when someone is wearing green. And that's like the angels are telling you, look, see, you're praying to Archangel Michael. He's right there because his color is there. And you'll ignore the yellows and reds and blacks and whites and blues and all these other colors, but you'll notice the green. And that's a sign that, Archangel Raphael is with you. Archangel Michael is blue. And, if you pray to Archangel Michael, light a blue candle that's not in the glass. Don't get a candle that's inside a glass. The wax needs to be completely opened, a blue candle. And same thing with Archangel Raphael, get a green candle. Um, there's other candles that use for other archangels like Mother Mary. Uh, it's a pink candle. And by the way, Mother Mary is my spiritual guide. Mother Mary is um, Kuan Yin. She's the spirit guide. She's Oriental, um, or she appears to be Oriental, and she comes in on a dragon. She's the one that gifted me a dragon. I have a white dragon. Um, I feed him goodies every morning. Um, yeah, and I have other spiritual guides that help me with what I'm doing with being a warrior of light. I mean, like I said, stay positive. You don't have to be a warrior of light, but we're all going to wake up at one point in time. And now is the time to start waking up. In fact, I'm going to tell you why things are the way they are right quick. And I'll probably end it with that. Okay. And this, I want you to like open up your mind and take notice. In 1970, was there any cell phones? Was there any uh, remote controls? Was there automatic cars? No, there wasn't. And that's just what, 25? No, wait. We're in 2025 now. That was like what, 25 plus 30 is like what, 55 years ago? Right? Um, See, that was 55 years ago. See how the world is evolving? You get it? In the 70s, uh, we didn't have the things we have today. And the world is changing. That's what I try to tell you guys. The world is changing. This place is evolving. It's not going to change just like, just like that. Although, once it does change, once it totally changes, it'll happen so fast. I mean, like in a micro of a second, and all of a sudden things aren't, if you're not, how can I say it? If you're not going to be, if you're not awake, you're going to see things stop changing. You're going to start seeing things that, well, yeah, what happened to the new cars that ride in the air? What happened to, you know, the phone? I'm not getting no service anymore. And we're going to have to, you know, start, basically, the cars aren't working and stuff. Basically, that is going to start decreasing. But if we start waking up, things are going to skyrocket into the fifth dimension. And things like what we have now, like a handheld phone with a camera and a video maker, and I could watch the news, everything. That is like going to be like nothing compared to what we're going to be seeing. We're going to be seeing, I mean, 100 times, 1,000 times things better than what we have now. But that's in the fifth dimension. But that's why I'm trying to tell you guys to wake up. This world is changing, and the people that are not going to change are refusing to, yeah, sure. It's end times. Um, when I hear them say end times, I hear them say they're not awake. Because when the end times, when they say that, means they're not awake, and you know what? Their world is going to be going off a cliff. For me, it's not end times, it's the beginning of a new era. The beginning of a new era is, and this is, again, if you don't believe me, back in the 60s, there was a song called The Age of Aquarius. I forgot the name of the band, but it was like a big orchestrated band. It came out. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, age of Aquarius. That was back in the 60s. That was a sign. That song was a sign. Because actually, it's been dawning for some time. But now things have speeded up, like our technology now, from 55 years ago, things have speeded up, right? Because now we're not in the age of Aquarius anymore. Wait. We're not in the dawning of Aquarius anymore. We're in the age of Aquarius. We were in the age of the Piscean, age of Pisces. And that was basically, that started like with Jesus Christ. See, his era is coming to an end. The era of Jesus Christ is coming to an end. And it's going to be the age of Aquarius now. Is there going to be another Jesus Christ out there? That's going to, die on the cross and stuff? I don't know. I don't know if they're going to have like another savior or, I don't think so. I haven't been told nothing about that. But this is what's going on. And we're in the age of Aquarius now. And we're not in the age of the Piscean anymore. And that's what Jesus, in fact, Jesus has achieved his mission. He has officially achieved his mission. And by this changing of the Pope, I don't know, but I can only hope that this Vatican is going to be more pure than it's been. It's going to be more loving, more open to the people, where people can feel more comfortable with, going up and talking to the Pope, and not have to worry about all these bodyguards and armor and all this gold and, surrounding the Pope when people are starving out there, right? Because that's what a Pope's supposed to do. A Pope is not supposed to be wearing gold. Sure, maybe a gold necklace or something like that, but a Pope is supposed to spread all his abundance, share it to the world. And that's the only thing that's wrong with the Vatican. And I hope all this changes now with this new Pope. I don't know. We'll find out. I can't tell the future. I'm not a fortune teller. I'm just a warrior of light. I'm just a pillar, like I said, a beacon of light for you people that are drinking a lot, cussing a lot, sometimes lost in debt, lost in relationship. I'm here to tell you, wake up. You have nothing to worry about. You're loved. Don't worry about it. Because the longer you hang on to that bad relationship, it's like carrying around dead weight. Why would you want to carry around dead weight, right? It's like, okay, put that bad marriage you had, let's put that in the form of a brick. let's put that bad boss you had, let's put that in form of a brick. Um, you know, that uh, job that you hate, let's put that in form of a brick. Put all those in your backpack. And, you know, your the person you got in a fight with that beat you up or that you beat him up, whatever, let's put that in form of a brick. Now, let's walk around with that backpack. It's heavy. So, why are you carrying around all this? Well, because that guy beat me up and, I showed him. Like, let it go. Just let it go. Apologize. I'm sorry, dude. See you later. Bye. I got my life to live. I'm not going to live with your negative. And like the marriage, right? Say, okay, well, we tried in this lifetime. We tried. I love you. I know I can't live with you. And wish you the best. Have a great day. Love you. Bye bye. And you get the brick out. The same thing with a job. A job, well, sheesh, I hate this job. I'm going to find me another job. One that I enjoy, that I love going to work, instead of a job that I hate. So, see, that's what being a warrior of light is. That's one of the things you can do. It's another tip that I give you. Okay. Anyway, that's how this works. We're in all the things we do, we are learning. We're not being punished. We punish ourselves. Okay, we're learning. We're here to learn. Anyway, thanks for watching. And I've just gone over an hour, so thanks for watching. And this is Dodi. I've been talking a lot, but once I get going, it's hard for me to stop. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. And have a great day. And yeah, we got a new pope. You got a heart. Light it up. Light it up. Light. See that light right there? That's like one of your angels, That's how they are. They light up. And you gotta light up yourself. And your heart. I mean, blinding light. Really, I'm serious. That, that, I didn't plan on that. That's like, wow. I'm allowed to throw these bricks at people. Yeah, but you have to apologize. Otherwise, they'll be thrown right back at you. Seriously, when you throw them at people, sorry, take your anger, take your bullshit with you, get the heck out of here, bye, and you go run and do the living things that you do. That's what a warrior of light. That's my duty for me to tell you guys. And you guys, I hope you guys ain't going to follow the same path. You guys don't have to be a warrior of light. But unconditional love. Unconditional. I told you guys a lot. I got a lot more to say too. But I gotta go. See you later. Remember, angels, okay? There's one on each side. And they're both white angels. See you later. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, thanks for watching. Thumbs up and subscribe, okay? I need 18 more to subscribe before I can break 500 subbies. Thanks. Bye.